Ух, нельзя такие долгие паузы делать. Ничего не помню, где остановился. У нас появился большущий особняк. Да?
Well, here we are, Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Так. Допросик.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, the Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Ну, у меня есть.
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Я так думаю. Этот офицер, он моргает странно, потому что графоний так себе, или потому что он какой-то рыбачел.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Со мной, что ли, пойдешь?
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Окей.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Пошли, вместе веселее. Да, у меня уже есть мысль, что он рыбачел. Окей, он пошел туда. А мне обязательно заниматься? А я, может, не хочу. Да.
Someone is using the fireplace. I suppose that this is where old Winchester lives.
Окей. А, кнопочки не помню. Фигурка кита. Красивенькая. О, вон наш порт. Красиво, кстати. Прям. Хребты безумия. Почешь. Там.
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place. Sturdy. And well sharpened. Sturdy. And well sharpened.
Это топор. Оружие бы не помешало. Смотрим, где чувак, идем в обратную сторону. Не, ладно.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined. The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her. The caretaker takes great care of these graves. Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Is the caretaker still around? Evidence here suggests he is.
It's surprising indeed. Let's try to keep our eyes open.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid.
Нет прохода. Блин. Ладно, это неожиданно. Так, чувак, кидает, да? Кажется, недостаточно.
The axe is gone. I'd better be on my guard.
Такое себе.
This entrance is still in use. Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them! Dump them into the ocean!
You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. just to get rid of it.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Так, нормально. Все, по-моему, разобрались. Посмотри. На могилке зарубил меня.
This gate is locked.
По-моему, никакого дома. Мы знаем, что он что.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Надо пару раз подкатываться. Так. Что-то...
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Закрыто. Это повод запасного ключа. Сейчас, как нам будет толк. Странно как-то, да? Что вроде окно есть, а вроде бы зачем? Дуракуни всякие. Блин. Блин, не знаю, ничего больше нет. Где-то выставленные посмотри. Ну ладно. Завалим.
Beers. Shall we enter?
Не, погоди. Что тогда было вот это?
I'll have to find another entrance.
Ну, я нашел. Ну ладно.
Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Действительно, помню.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Что-то не может не радовать. Класс у них лампа, я тоже такую хочу.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
Конечно. Сейчас пойду. Вот только осмотрюсь. Ковер. Так. Прямой. Тут что, ничего?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins. The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
И все? Типа точно уже все? Ладно.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Middle class? Ха! Ну, плохие новости для меня, видимо. Yikes.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself.
Ничего, если мы прокачаем какой-нибудь input, то мы станем лучше это понимать. Эти штуки больше не качаются. Бля, психология вообще в помойке. 30 по available. Ну, значит, это я и не подниму. Что мне поднять? Ничего, собственно, нужно отдохнуть пока что.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
Ага. Типа бесконечно, это прикольно.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
А вот теперь у меня есть. Так. Блин. Хочется засейваться и проверить, на самом-то деле. А могу ли я это сделать? То есть... Где? Как я включал? То есть, например, есть... Вот эта штука, да?
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Окей. Двоечка реально мало. Что если я прокачаю что-то остальное, но... Ну, давай попробуем. Прокачал же? А, стоп. Не прокачал. Validate. Validate. Do you want to validate? Yes.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon.
Ага.
The perfect picture of the middle-class family.
Ничего не изменилось. Жаль. Ну ладно, значит, можно так сильно не париться. Так. Кто-то сгорел?
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire? They had a fight. Why?
Так, то я что-то еще пропустил.
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Я очень аккуратен.
This door is locked. These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? Crowbar. Could prove useful.
Это правда.
This door is blocked from the outside. The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Ну, давай наверх сходим по нашей схеме. Удобный чувак. Служит ориентиром. Это моя звездочка. Ты моя звездочка. Ты был не здесь же. Ну ладно.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Может, лом можно использовать, чтобы вломиться к...
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Да, цикл уже в порядке. А, тоже по поинту, типа, качается? А, ну да, понятно. Это даже не двоечка. Жестко. Шипом, так прикольно.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Еще приятные детали. И как звук после молнии появляется не сразу. С лампой было миленько. Это они молодцы. Так, я уже тискал.
A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable. "20,000 Leagues Under the Sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Невозможная дверь. Так, оставим красивую картинку, глянем, что там написано. Чего? Как серия.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police? Locked.
Такой офис.
What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment. A barbiturate prescription from a certain Dr. Fuller. Such an excessive dose. Either this man is a charlatan, or Sarah's condition is unlike anything I've ever seen. This padlock is too complicated for me.
Ключ видно менять сюда.
This door is locked.
Что ж такое за офис? Ёпта, я запутался.
The boys' room.
Ну, shit.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
Эй, Серёж, смотри.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him. The argument that led to their tragic end seems to have been simmering for some time. This door is locked.
Сэр Хокинс офис. Странно, почему не могу это использовать. А, или вот это вот он и был. Это мало, нет? Вот. И ушел отсюда. О май гад. Окей.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve? Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold. It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. The door is blocked on the other side. Bradley? Is that you?
Кстати, тупик нам жопа чуть что. А где Брэдли? О.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Хотите сказать, что я еще не все нашел, да? Окей. Бля, неплохо вообще-то. Поисследовал.
This piano is in disrepair.
Это было все.
Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. This door is locked.
Так, ладно, там был какой-то звук. Наверное, они все-таки намекали что-то. Так далеко идти назад не надо.
Is anyone there?
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier.
Which one? Ah, that. Okay.
Where did he go? It looks like an old seaway map.
Do you really think that your fugitive came in here?
They look like Celtic runes.
I don't see any way out.
Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. This panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism.
Попробуем. Ah,
With this, I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
неплохой прогресс. Хотя я не до конца там смотрелся, но, наверное, fine. Так, клюю носом, так что на сегодня все.